Welcome back to Crazy Lizzie and more. Little Fair, what are you doing today?
Standing here waiting on you.
Wait a minute, Little Fair, it's nighttime.
It is nighttime and it's raining.
Yes, it's raining out there.
Tonight we are canning figs.
Figs.
Yes. You know, me and Daddy has been married for 34 years.
Wow.
And this is what he got me for my anniversary. I wonder if that was a hint. You think it was a hint?
Must be.
Must be.
Yeah.
But tonight we're using the Bell Home Processing book. And we went and got some figs. And so we're making fig preserves tonight.
Yes.
So.
But Little Fair, me, I only like fig nuggets. And
Well,
fig preserves.
maybe we'll make a cake and put figs in the middle of it.
That sounds good. With strawberries. That sounds good.
It does. But anyhow, we've got our big old pot of figs right here. Let's show the camera person our figs.
Our figs.
Yes.
Zoom in.
Can you see our figs?
Zoom out.
Okay. The first thing you do is you go pick them. But since our fig trees is only about this big, we had to go buy them this year.
But we went to a little farmhouse house too.
Yes, and we got some of those. So I already made the first batch to figure out if I could do it.
Yes.
Hey, I haven't done fig preserves in years, since I was a little girl. So the first thing you do is cut the stems off, and you put them in the bucket,
Put them in the bucket.
and you wash them, which I've already pre-washed them.
Yes, she has.
And I didn't want to show y'all washing all of these.
Nope.
So, yeah. And then it says to pour water over the top of them and let them sit for 15 minutes. But right now, Stephen can pause it. Yes?
There's something about in the Bible about figs, aren't
They
there?
are. Me and Stephen and Susan, Stephen-O and Susan was talking about figs today.
Stephen-O.
Or Stephen, whatever.
It's Stefan.
Okay, Stefan, excuse me. Get these names right. We was talking about figs. And in Jeremiah, it talks about how they're good figs and they're bad figs. And God is comparing the nations to good figs and bad figs. But I want to bring that down to the daytime. You know, we see so many bad things going on right now about the pandemic and people shooting people and people don't have money right now, so they're going out and stealing stuff. But yet, you still got God's people, which is the church. It's still got lots of good people in it. And, you know, we shouldn't worry about the things that's going on in the world. We should put our focus upon God, and we should be like the good figs and keep our mind on God instead of the world things. You know, I know God said we're always going to have troubles and trials. But if we keep our mind focused upon God, even through the bad times, we can praise God. You know, even through the day when we're seeing so many bad things going on, we can still say, you know what? We're not going to worry about the bad things. We're still going to raise our hands and we're going to praise God no matter what's going on. And that's what God did in those verses where he compared the church, Israel's, as the good figs. And that's what we need to do. We need to take a stand and praise God no matter what's going on, even through the bad times. We don't need to worry because God said not to worry about what we wear, what we eat, or anything, because He will take care of us. That's like even in the book of when you talk about Elijah, where he went and he got up on the mountain and he destroyed all the bad prophets and everything, and he was really on a high, because lots of time we go to church and we get on that high and everything because we're praising God so much. But then one person can come by and say, I'm going to kill you. And we run away in fear. But you know, when he ran away in fear, God put him up there in the mountain beside a river stream, and He took care of him. Even through the bad times. He says, you need to rest. And He sent an angel to feed him. And He sent ravens to bring him food and stuff. And that's what God does to us. If we wait upon Him and we put our trust in Him, He will take care of us, even in the bad times and the good times. I'm not telling you we're not going to go through bad times. We're going to go through bad times because we're human. But it's how we make our feelings and how we choose to live our lives. even in the bad times, we can still praise God. Matter of fact, he says rejoice in good season and bad times. But anyhow, that's what I think when I think about figs. And I think our water's starting to boil. And we got to pour enough of water over them to let them cover the whole top with the figs and let them stand for 15 minutes. We'll bring it back in a few minutes. Well, the water was really hot and we waited till the boil. And we measured the figs. I forgot to tell you that. It cost for 8 cups. But we're doing it, so we got 16 cups of figs. And we got 16 cups of water. But I had to get my strong man, Steven, to pour the water in there for me. So now, we got to put a top on it.
Put top!
And we got to wait for 15 minutes. And then we'll bring you back.
Yes.
Back.
Yes,
We've waited that 15 minutes for the figs to get warmed up.
In that time, I ran milk.
Yes, you did. And then we drained all the water off of it.
That was pretty.
It does. Hey, it was pink water coming off.
Yeah.
That was cool. Susan wanted to take it and make a dye her shirt pink. I don't think that would work.
Well, you see all them other people do on their videos.
It might have. Who knows? Too late now. It's done.
Too late.
Okay, now we're doing a double batch. It calls for 8 cups of figs, but we got 16 cups of figs.
Yes.
And we've done the water, and now it calls for 5 1/3 cup of sugar.
Sugar.
But if you're only doing one batch, it's 2 2/3.
Stir it.
Yes.
Yeah, my sugar toast.
And it calls for 4 cups of water if you're doing one batch, but we're doing 2 batches, so it calls for 8 cups of water. That's a lot of water.
That is.
We're going to have to get our muscle man over here to pick it up and put it on the stove for us. By the way, that's Steven. Okay, and then we calls for 1 lemon if you're doing one batch, but we're doing 2 batches. So we're putting 2 lemons in there. And you got to make sure you seed, oh, there's another seed. Take all the seeds out of the lemons. Missed some, sorry. And then you put the lemons in here. And then put it back on the stove and you boil it at medium to low heat and for 20 minutes or until your syrup comes the way you want it to be thick. And then you put it in your jugs. We have, in our water bath canner, we have our water over here boiling. We have our lid tops over here boiling. And we got our mason jars in the dishwasher so we get them hot and sanitized. Okay, you gonna pick this up and put it over there?
I can.
Hey, strong woman. And then we just gotta continue stirring it on medium to low heat for about 20 minutes. You wanna come see? And here it is. And we gotta continue letting this boil. We gotta bring it to a boil and then, that's right, gotta bring it to a boil. And then we let it simmer for 20 minutes. And continue stirring when it boils. And we like our figs a little hole that left in the jam.
Yes.
So, but if you don't want to, they say you can stir it for 20 minutes until it gets a thick syrup, and then you can puree it all. But we like ours, the beef left cold a little, so we're not going to puree it. Okay, see y'all back in a few minutes. Welcome back. It took us a little longer than what we thought because we had some family stuff come up. So here we are. We got our beans to the right consistency now, and we pour it in the jar. Be very careful because they're very hot. And you're supposed to leave about a half of each room, but it's hot. And I can't find my little bedroom thing, so we're just going to put it half a top, half an inch. And then I take the paper towel and some white vinegar, and I make sure I wipe the top of it off to get all the germs out off their loose skin so they will seal better. And I've already put my lids, ooh, they're hot. And I've heated them up. Ooh. Oh, hot. Little berry. That's hot. Okay. Hey, everyone, I'm behind the camera. And then you tighten it up to finger tightness. You don't over-tighten them because they can break that way. And then you lower them in your bath water on the rack. And then you continue doing that. And we'll come back when we get these done. Oh, y'all thought I almost forgot, didn't y'all? I did. This way we get all the seeds off and all the little pieces so it'll seal. And make sure you don't over tighten. And make sure you bring your water up to a good rapid boil. This is a different recipe than I used the other day, and I'll have to come back and tell you which one I like the best. Once you all get them in the canner, then you only have to can them for 10 minutes. And you make sure the water's over the top of the jars.
Go, little fairy. She's counting down there, everyone.
Hey, we got 17 out of the batch of 8 cups of beans. And they're all popping and everything. And they're doing the right thing. We got our last 3 in the water bath. So in 10 more minutes, we will be through with this thing. But anyhow, we're going to tell y'all all good night because it's late. And we will see y'all tomorrow.